Welcome to Pegwarmers. I'm Kevin.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're here to talk about toys. Today we've got some Kenner Terminator 2 figures.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back.
I missed out on this toy line as a kid, except for that guy right there whose chest pops off. I had that bad boy.
All right.
Battle Damage Terminator.
Yeah.
I remember this line coming out, but I didn't own any of them. But I was obsessed with looking at and wishing for the bio...
the bio flesh regenerator.
Oh,
It
man.
looked so cool.
Now create your own Terminator with the BioFlesh Regenerator.
I'm back! Yeah? Think again. Battle damage.
I like couldn't even fathom. And I hadn't seen the movie.
It
Just
looked
the toy
even
looked
better
amazing.
in my living room.
That does look cool. So I guess you just put, like, skin on him?
Yeah, it sucked to play with because it was just a mess, and it only came with like enough to make, I think, 2 or 3 Terminators. I mean, it just looks cool. That's really all it is. It's just, I would take my other toys and be like, oh, they're generating a Terminator, and then just like push it to the side and drive my car around. And
Do you ever like smush like Play-Doh in it or anything? Like use it to
I did. Yeah, I did once I ran out of stuff.
That's-
it's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was the whatever they put in there?
It
Like,
was some
something
kind
that you could
of
buy?
it was some kind of gelatin
Okay.
thing because it was powdered, and then once you put it on, it was like, oh, it's so cool, and you're supposed to tear it off like immediately.
Right, to
and
battle
when
damage him.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I didn't, it just started to dry out and crusty and was like gross. I'm like, oh, great.
I think they reused that gimmick later. Like Toy Biz used it for a Wolverine toy. at
Oh,
one
they
point.
did. I saw something about
It was
when
very
I was looking
similar.
That up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a Weapon X thing,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Very
does look
cool.
awesome, though.
It's a great concept, but the execution, like the Terminator figure inside, can't really you can't pose him really. 'cause
Yeah, he
he's got
doesn't
the
move
skin.
and anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a cooler concept than actual toy, unfortunately.
Yeah. I had a handful of these when I was little. I was telling Tony the regular Arnold and the exoskeleton and whatever it is. The
T800?
Techno Punch Terminator.
Techno Punch Terminator.
Those are both mine from when I was little. I brought them to preschool and kindergarten every single day.
Okay,
Like,
so
literally every single
he's got
day.
that classic spring-loaded torso thing.
This
All
is
right.
my nice version. I had 2 of them. The other one, my brother shot with a BB gun repeatedly, and it was cool because he was like battle damaged looking and missing a foot. But I had to hide this one so he didn't destroy all of my toys.
I always wanted the endoskeleton.
Yeah, I mean,
so cool.
Because I only had the one where the chest pops out, and I always thought that looked so cool. I'm like, I want just the skeleton. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
so you said you had this one too as a kid?
That one literally went with me everywhere.
Is this one battle damage?
I
No,
guess
battle
it's,
damage.
that's-
Chest pops up.
just power
power
arm
Power
he
arm,
had
right? Because the
missile
one arm can come
arm.
off.
Yeah.
and he had a claw arm.
Now, we remember when they said, yes, you can bring weapons through the time stream, and
Yeah.
I will bring my battle arm. He said that to John Connor.
Bring my duffel bag full of
Yeah.
He's got the RoboCop
Interchangeable
data
arms.
spike.
Uh-huh.
You know? And it's just unplugs. I don't want to.
Yeah,
break
no,
him.
it just pulls right out.
Oh yeah, very easy.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
very
you can
loose
plug in
because
the other.
I've been literally playing with it my whole life.
All right, that's cool, and it's a good likeness of Arnold.
Oh
Yeah.
With the the skin ripped away and everything, which is very iconic from the movie.
Yeah,
will
the
say,
sculpture's
that
nice.
part.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Power Rangers.
I will
down.
say it. How's it compare to the last action hero, Arnold?
It looks pretty good.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Too bad.
I
Was
kind
this
of
also
like...
Kenner?
I think it was...
I don't remember.
Well, you know how you can find out? You can go back on this channel and
Yeah,
watch
you
the
can
last
watch-
action hero episode.
I highly suggest it.
I think they might be Mattel.
Oh, okay.
I think they're Mattel.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah, so this guy's pretty good and pretty like movie accurate until you get to the
Yeah.
play gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but the battle
Yeah,
damage-
everything else looks good. Like, he's got the like the bandolier of the grenades. Yeah, that kind of looks like the Arnold from the movie.
Yeah, the best part about him compared to the rest of the set is he's the only one that's like sturdy. He's got a gimmick, but it's not like a weird gimmick. Like his face comes off, he explodes. So like a lot of the other toys suffer from not being playable as much.
Yeah.
Because like the Beetlejuice toy that explodes, the exploding T1000 well, I'd be playing with it, and it would just the spring would get loose or whatever, and it would explode. And like,
and the
come on,
the scorpion alien, you know,
Yeah.
go off.
yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I guess that was a great gimmick, though. Once you like patent that mechanism, you're gonna just put it in every toy line that it makes
Yeah.
sense in. So
I blew up that scorpion alien a lot. I have a question. It seems like you've put a Borg from Star Trek figure here.
Isn't that-
what
he's
is this
a-
person here? Or
he's
is
a-
this a Waterworld figure that somehow got in
it does
here?
kind of look like a
He's like a
Waterworld figure.
bondage Borg.
What is that?
I believe he's called Cybervillain,
I think so.
and he's actually a figure from like an extension of this line. They
Okay.
started another line called Future Wars, where they were
Gotcha.
sort of mostly repainting these guys, but trying to
Yeah.
expand, keep the toy line going, even though there
a lot
wasn't
of
going to be another
gold.
movie for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this guy was like an additional villain
Okay.
for him to fight. with
that
a
would drive
giant-
me crazy because
claw
I
arm.
would be in Kmart where I got most of my Terminator toys, most of all my toys. But I had like the classics and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna play with these, woohoo! And then I would see the Terminator logo from like across the store. I'm like, oh my god, it's Future Wars. And I kept thinking like, oh, they're gonna sell out of these and get different one, and they never sold out. Nobody wanted them,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they just sat literally on this peg.
The Future Wars line was kind of Pegwarmer ish.
Yeah.
They didn't move real fast.
Well, you're right. It was like after the movie, and like it was a while before that other
Yeah.
movie came.
And
like
it's
10, 11
it's
years.
it's one of these hard lines too, where like you're selling a movie to kids that probably didn't get to see the movie.
Yeah.
So like the parents that were cool with that would buy it, and then the
Yeah.
other parents wouldn't. And now, yeah, it's hard to market a movie toy not based on a movie to kids.
Yeah,
like
the
lose
kids who were
interest in it.
probably like really allowed to see it were probably teenagers. They probably had grown out of the toy phase by the time.
and those teenagers also, even if they wanted to buy one or two that match the movie, aren't going to buy the guy that's like made up for
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
toy line.
They don't want Cyber Guy.
All right, so let's go down the row here, I guess. We got Battle Damage. This is the one Tony said he had.
Yep.
It is a very generic looking guy. I mean, you could... I mean, I believe it's Arnold when I look at it.
yeah.
But if you just showed it to me out of context, I might just think it's just a tough guy. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't scream Arnold.
Well, I remember I would just make him Arnold. If
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
want him to be the Terminator, I'd just make him Arnold. Like, no, I'm playing Predator. or
playing
whatever.
Commando.
Yeah.
And this is actually a gimmick they used in the Superpowers toy line. Kenner did Superpowers in the
Okay.
80s, and Cyclone was a superhero that they created for the toy line, and exact same thing, just a piece removed to show a robot
Okay.
inside.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of like reusing the idea, but this is not great because it's not really
No.
fun. Like it's too clean.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like
He
battle
doesn't have the
damage.
jacket. You want the leather
Yeah,
jacket.
it just doesn't.
I will say though,
great.
we all remember the scene where they have to prove to Miles Dyson that he's a Terminator, and Arnold shot his chest and face off in the
Yeah.
living room. That was a very memorable scene for all of us.
This sawed-off shotgun's kind of a cool accessory, though.
That is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It's more of a thing from the first movie, the sawed-off shotgun, right?
Yeah, this toy line is very very cool, very fun visually. And then it just the playability just some stuff is good, some stuff is just like
Yeah.
meh, meh.
I will say I lost the Arnold figure after a while, so I just had the chest piece.
Oh,
I'm like, what do I
God.
do with this?
So we mentioned Techno Punch Terminator.
Yeah.
He has some totally made-up techno junk
Yeah, he's got, like, a
weapons or just things to
headpiece
hit with
thing.
people. Yeah, okay. It does look like a visor or some sort on the back of the package,
Yeah.
and then
The
Wait, he
coolest,
needs a visor?
Yeah, he's
Aren't
got,
his
like, a
eyes
visor.
already? Like, his
Yeah.
eyes are already
it might be
computer.
like a laser visor. I don't know. It fits over his face though.
That's just
and then
not built into his eyes?
just like a chunk of metal to hit people with.
My favorite feature was always if you held him in the sun right, there's two holes in the head, so it makes his eyes glow. And I would just sit there and like position it right.
It
Oh no, here
says-
comes the Terminator! Oh my goodness!
Scope can be put onto figure's head. His eyes glow when there is a light overhead.
So that's called light piping, and that is again a thing Kenner's used before in Superpowers. Darkseid had it, and his
okay.
eyes would glow, and Kenner used it for Power of the Force for the Jawas and R2D2 later also.
Remember, I think the Shadow figures had that
Did
too.
that too.
Yeah,
It's a cool gimmick. I always
cool,
liked it as a
yeah.
kid. The holes on the top here are so
Cyclops also
tiny.
had that for the X-Men movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good gimmick.
Yeah.
So Goofy. goofy accessories here.
That would be like I said, that would be the one I would want as a kid.
Exploding T1000.
Not as cool as the McFarlane one years later. That one was cooler.
So this is to be the scene where he gets shot multiple times and
Yeah.
like splits
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
But instead of that, he just literally explodes into multiple pieces.
I like that they gave him the hook hands.
It is cool. Just like
Yeah.
a,
He's
Yeah.
got one like spike hand and one accessory holding hand.
yeah.
He comes with a bunch of weapons here.
Mm.
The metal bar here.
Yeah, like an I-beam. He's like beats people with it, I guess.
I would have to
don't
look at
know.
release dates, but this either came with him or was given to him first or reused from Bane from the Batman.
Oh.
The Dark, not the Dark Knight. The
Nightfall.
Nightfall.
no, the animated series line.
Oh, the
Oh.
animated
he
series.
had
Okay.
he has this same beam.
Okay.
This little goofy gizmo in the bottom
Mm-hmm.
is a crowbar from RoboCop. Kenner RoboCop.
Oh.
And I don't know about that gun. That gun might be new.
Yeah.
But Kenner loved
very
to reuse
generic.
accessories.
Yeah.
Generic pew pew.
I'm trying to think about the beam. I guess he did use that beam to like ram into
Yeah.
Arnold, but like I wouldn't package that weapon with him.
If they already had it though,
I
it's
guess.
like, all right, we
Yeah.
got an I-beam lying around. Fire up the mold.
I like that he's half liquid metal-y form.
Yeah, I kind of like that. When you have a character that has two very distinctive looks,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to kind of do that kind of half and half.
Yeah. They should have made the flower head explosion.
That would've
When they
been
shoot
cool.
the head and like
That would have
flowers
been
open.
cool. An exploding head thing
Yeah,
would have been so much
Like I said,
better.
years later, McFarlane made the one that was all like,
actually
"Wow."
split. John Connors,
There he is.
the hero,
Sean Connor's the coolest.
the
sort
most
of.
generic kid with a dirt bike.
Mhm. The,
Oh,
the
free
best
making
part
of Terminator video.
What? There's
the
a
best
free
part about
making
that
of-
toy is the bike.
The
It's
bike
just-
is great. It's really well done.
This actually, out of all of these so far, this is like what makes the most sense with the movie because
Uh-huh.
he did kind of look like this and he did ride a motorcycle.
I'm a little disappointed he doesn't have some weird feature like missile hands or some goofy like. That'd be
They're
so
probably
funny.
like, we can't give a kid a gun.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you bought 3 of these tapes, or 3 of these toys. Did you get the tape?
I think I do have the tape, but I don't think I got it from buying the toys. I never. I was one of those things. I'd be like, yeah, I have the proof of purchase. We just send it away for, and they're like, my parents would be like, yeah, I don't. It's not gonna. They're not gonna send it to you. I'm like, yes, they will. It says it on the box. It's not. I'm not
maybe
wasting a
it's-
stamp on this.
I
Like,
had bad luck with mail away stuff as a
all
kid.
right.
Unfortunately, it expired in 1993.
Damn it.
I know. I was really.
I was
Well,
gonna-
now we
I
know
was
what to
gonna-
do when we find a time machine.
How
peel
do
that
I
apart
know
right
the
now.
making of Terminator 2 now?
If only they had home.
Also,
video.
shout out to I forget who gave this to me. It was either a fan or a friend. Because I got it at the same time as Last Action Hero, and I can't remember which one.
Aren't fans just friends you
Fans
haven't
are
met yet?
friends. Whoever gave this to me 2 years ago, thanks. It was the only one Ryan was missing, and I happened to have it.
It was very helpful for our video.
Yeah.
I had this guy in my collection, a loose one, for a while because he's such a generic looking human.
Yeah.
And I used to do a lot of stop motion animation videos.
Okay.
And you always needed people that weren't like the Terminator
Yeah.
or whatever to be in them. And I have a video where the X-Men movie Sabretooth chases him around and he has like different traps and stuff set. Kind of Home Alone-ish, but like out. I actually stop motion animated it outside in my parents'
Okay.
yard.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
So, John Connor. Oh, come on, just stand up.
He's not meant to stand. He's got to ride his bike.
Got to ride his bike.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Oh,
Well, we got to figure over here.
Yeah, we got.
we've got really let himself go. He must have been really sad. T1000.
Blaster T1000.
Why is he so bulky?
He's thick, man. He is a thick guy.
They have him with the helmet on, and he's really broad-shouldered. He doesn't really look anything
No, he
like
looks
he's from the movie.
nothing like Robert Patrick.
And he has some crazy rapid deploy missiles that come out of his back.
That
So
was
it's
one
his
of
butt?
those.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
his whole
his whole
back,
back of
yeah.
his legs
Mhm.
come up.
Yeah, I got that as a kid.
And do they
uh,
shoot backwards or they shoot forward?
They shoot forward.
Oh, you flick them from the
but it's
backside
so
and they
bad.
shoot forward.
I got this one, or I forget if somebody gifted it to me for my birthday because I didn't have that, whatever it was.
Okay.
And then I opened it. I was so disappointed. I'm like, his legs don't move. all he does is shoot missiles.
The gimmick,
And he doesn't look anything
gimmick kind
like-
of ruins this figure.
And
Yeah,
he,
it's awful.
he shoots missiles because remember when John Connor said he could turn into a bomb and like blow me up, Arnold said no, but he can shoot missiles from his back. That is
Yeah,
something he
yeah.
can do. I don't think they watched the movie.
I don't think so.
It
either.
ma-
Specifically said he could not turn into a bomb, and with the toys they're like, well, he's gonna shoot 2 bombs. Like, no, he can't. You're right. His ass just comes right off and turns. So
It's
he has
good
ass
stuff,
blasters.
Oh, Ass Blaster T1000.
He reminds me a lot of the ex-cop figure from Kenner Ghostbusters
Okay.
also.
Yeah.
Just in
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that he's not really very posable because the gimmick eliminates all the
Yeah.
articulation.
And he's another one who needs a scope. It's like, aren't there eyes cameras? Why does he need a scope? Ugh.
Yeah, like this toy line looks great on a shelf in
Yeah.
the packaging.
The painting of the Terminator on the card art is fantastic.
beautiful.
It's really nice.
Yeah, that looks cool.
You gotta wonder where that is. Like,
Oh,
who
I
that
would
worked at
love-
Kenner
Yeah.
has that painting in their basement somewhere.
This is like used on all of the packaging. It's so nice.
Mhm.
It is just gorgeous.
I'm
The design
exci-
is gorgeous.
I'm excited for this one.
The mobile assault vehicle. So it's been a little while since I saw Terminator. Can one of you movie experts tell me which scene this is in?
Oh, you know.
Oh, it's in the extended cut, along with the
Oh,
smiling
that's why I didn't
scene and the
see it.
T1000
Oh, yeah,
glitching.
yeah,
There's that extended cut where he gets in his future car and launches missiles.
You know, it's
Skull-shaped
when
missiles?
when they're getting chased by the 18-wheeler and
Yeah.
then the
Oh,
motorcycle
right.
runs out of gas, so
Right.
it transforms into the future car. Or he like beep 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 beep, send my car from the future, please.
I think
And
we
then,
talked about
you know,
this before,
shows
where
up.
it's like every movie needed to have like a fake car
Yeah.
tie-in.
Cars and motorcycles
Yeah.
sell so well to kids
Yeah.
that it's like if there isn't a signature vehicle like from the franchise, we just make one up.
Yeah.
Well, we did Spawn toys. There's a Spawn mobile.
Yeah.
Spawn has no need for a car. He can fly and teleport, but he has a Spawn. Same thing with Spider-Man. They
Yeah.
made so many vehicles for
You
Spider-Man.
could travel
It's like he
so
doesn't
much
need 'em.
faster through a city, especially New York City. Like, what the hell?
Are you ready for some of the features?
Oh,
Yes.
It has a hidden indestructible exoskeleton body. That is the silver on the car that's sort of exposed from the scratches.
Yeah.
It has a attached computer battle visor to use onboard computer. So he has a mask that he can wear that looks kind of like a skull.
Okay.
yeah,
That
it sort
goes
of
over
looks
his
like
face.
a bug because they looks like a cricket or something like that. With
Yeah.
With the wires that go
Yeah.
Oh,
down.
it looks like
It's Cerebro.
yeah, it looks like a little bit of Cerebro, but the face, because I just watched all of the X-Men cartoon. It looks like Lalandra's metal suit
Oh,
from
yeah.
X-Men. Yeah.
Let's see, what other features does it have? It can launch an ultra missile
Ooh.
to destroy enemy robots.
Nice.
And that missile launches pretty far. If I remember correctly, it's pretty serious missile. It's big too.
And this is a one-seater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got like some chrome, like a little chrome engine, a little chrome skull on the side, on the front.
So really great for saving John Connor
Oh,
and
yeah,
getting him
absolutely.
places.
Well, he's got his motorcycle, so he's
Yeah.
fine.
I like
yeah,
so-
I had this one as a kid, and I would just play with it everywhere outside and all this stuff. And my neighbor had like I guess it was a well or something, but it was covered in like part of a roof, like this little building that was like
Okay.
in the ground. And I was playing on that, and I launched the missile, and somehow like launched it, and it fell between the crack of the door and fell 10 feet down into a bunch of water where his like water pump was. And I was like, what? Ha! And it had a lock on it, and he wasn't home, and I was like, how do I get it out? And then I tried for like years. I'm like, hey Bob, do you could I look in there? And he was like,
no.
no, it's lost. I'm like, you don't know it's lost.
I hated missiles. You would just lose them constantly.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Well,
So the Skynet's not really known for branding. Like all the Terminators are just very like practical and whatnot. But I guess they made a car and they're like, we got to put our cool skull logo
Yeah, you got a
on.
face, you got a
T.
T.
yeah.
That's how they roll.
I mean, so do you think this came from the future with him, or do you think he built this here?
Or maybe that's
Who
just what the
knows?
Terminators drive in the future.
Oh,
Maybe.
good
That
point.
could be a thing.
Good
yeah.
point.
if they wanted to do like a cartoon spin-off or something like that. You'd see a bunch of
Oh,
these
yeah.
running
Yeah.
around.
So does it come with an Arnold, or are you just supposed to
No.
put that Arnold in it? It looks specifically like
Figures
the
sold
power.
separately, Tony. Figures sold
right.
separately.
They have to be sold separately.
Yeah.
So what are these variations here? Because that looks like the chest exploding one, just with a different outfit.
I think that is also from Future Wars.
Oh, okay.
It's lovely, lovely nonsense. I think this guy is also from Future Wars too.
So this one,
There's a switch on his back.
is he going to explode?
No, his face just opens up in a very wimpy fashion. It's one way
may
or
not
the
know how
other.
to do
It's
it.
a little busted.
Oh, there we go.
There
Yeah,
it
and he
is.
shoots a missile.
Oh, that is different
Yeah.
than the other one. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. His hair looks
What's
really
It's
funny.
Such perfect hair.
The other one, the
so
hair
good.
comes off, but this one with the hair just looks really funny.
It's
You gotta
nice.
get a close up on
So
the
this
hair.
is a Future Wars?
I think that's Future Wars
Okay.
also. Yeah.
That guy there looks like the T2 3D one that you're probably about to
Yeah.
talk about, just different color.
Yeah,
The gun's
so
a different color.
Yeah, and there was also a terrible, terrible Future Wars bad guy that I had that was a Terminator with bull horns, and you'd push a button and his legs and his chest would extend. It was so bad. And me and my brother both had them because it was like Kmart had no good toys. We were like, well, we could have one toy, and we look and it was like, I guess we'll both just get the mean-looking Terminator guy, and we hated it. Like, we played with it, and I'm like, this thing sucks. This is so bad. I hate this thing.
So Terminator 2 3D. So you had to get this at the theme park, you think, or did they
I
sell
think
it at retail?
Yeah.
this was official Universal theme park exclusives.
Okay.
Very cool
So the
stuff.
back of the package shows Power Arm Terminator, which is this one, but I think repainted.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one has a red shirt, and the one on the back of the package shows a gray shirt. The exploding T1000, which we have here as a repaint. Hot Blast Terminator, who looks like he's carrying a flamethrower, but it squirts water.
Who doesn't
Okay.
want a hot blast from a Terminator?
I don't know which figure it is. It might be the...
I wonder.
one?
I think it might
Might
be
be
this
battle
one
damage with a
repainted,
backpack?
but it doesn't have the exploding feature on it.
Okay. And then Battle Ready Terminator, which is the one I'm holding, which is also this guy repainted for Future Wars.
Future Wars.
Yeah.
I like the packaging for the T2 3D. It's like the fiery skull from
Oh
the
yeah, I love that.
opening credits. And
kinda-
it's got the shiny holographic print on it.
Yeah, they kind of hide the skull a little bit. with
Yeah.
the figures,
Yeah.
but it is cool.
I love the Techno Punch. If you see them online, it's
Techno
actually super silver, like
Okay.
really bright silver. It looks cool. It's just, do you really need how many Terminator 2 3D whatever do you need?
So this is the same figure, and I obviously missing some parts. He's supposed to have 2 different or 3 different missile launchers, but there's one on a string that's attached to him to his grenade belt, and somehow you can get him to like launch it around.
Okay.
But I don't. It always seems to me like it's working backwards. I don't know if mine's like wrong. Like if mine's been like over
Been
clicked,
busted.
but it seems like it should flip
Yeah.
up, not
Yeah.
drop it. I don't know.
I forget how that
It
thing
seems like it
worked,
comes down to
yeah.
his side instead of up, unless what you're supposed to do is pull it up. But that just seems so funny because the button makes
Yeah.
it drop down.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a weird gimmick. Like he looks kind of broken once you have it down. He's got a chunk missing from his
It looks
shoulder.
like a disc just got shot through him.
Yeah.
It's a little bizarre, but a nice sculpt.
I like
Yeah.
the costume. I like the sculpture, but the function. It's like everything else. Like some of the functions are just so bad that it makes the toy unplayable.
Is this the only battle damage version with the sunglasses?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting, because and he's got the exposed arm, but he's wearing a glove.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry. That guy is not Future Wars. He's Secret Weapon Terminator.
Oh.
Secret Weapon Terminator.
Oh, he's part of the main line.
Yeah, he's part of the main
Okay.
one. I just saw it on here.
Okay.
Oh, and there was a motorcycle, apparently. The heavy metal cycle.
There was, and I was one of those. I'm like, I really don't need it. I kind of want it, but I didn't have it as a kid, so I was like, I have to get the mobile assault
Yeah.
vehicle, but I'm not buying that damn motorcycle.
You know, the motorcycle would make a little bit more sense
Yeah.
than the mobile assault vehicle. Then we got this bad boy here, which I actually bought one of these for
Ultimate.
my co-host
yeah.
Casey for her birthday a few years ago.
I love that thing. I always wanted it as a kid. I
Yeah.
would see it in Toys R Us, but my
says-
parents were like, "It's $10. I can't believe I'm not buying that for $10 whole dollars or whatever it was."
I can read the features here. Cyborg eyes glow fiery red. Wraparound sunglasses. The arms rotate 360 degrees.
Nice.
He has an awesome hand blaster. It's an awesome hand blaster. And the barrel rotates.
I'm glad it's not one of those mediocre hand blasters.
Yeah.
Nice Gatling
So they have
gun.
there's different buttons to do different sounds. There's machine gun sound, firing sound, and then just the eyes to glow up. And then, of course, you can make them say, "I'll be back," and "Hasta la vista, baby," and only those two sayings. This one's cool. This is the one you want out of all this toy line here.
Yeah, it's a nice size, nice amount of detail to them.
Oh, and the packaging is gorgeous. It looks like
Yeah.
it's like ripped up metal on the front and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
looks
so
like he's ripping
badass.
through it. Yeah. And they're making sure to put "Hasta la vista, baby" on every part of the box.
You got to make sure he knows he can talk. I'm surprised he doesn't have
Yeah.
a word bubble saying, "I can really talk."
Oh, like Cyclops does? Oh, do I still have that? Yeah, here it is.
This is a running Pegwarmers gag.
Cyclops. I can really talk.
Believe me.
Yeah, there's a bubble in the front. It just says "he talks."
Yeah.
I'm like, eh.
So the one funny thing I want to cycle back to the bioflesh generator, right?
Yeah.
You're making a naked man, right? And then they give him a bandolier just so he's got something like, well, Chewbacca wears a bandolier. That's okay,
It's
right?
like Winnie
It's
the
not
Pooh. He's
weird,
got
right?
one piece of clothing, and it's a bandolier.
a bandolier.
Instead of a t-shirt.
Make your own naked man toy.
Not even a gun. You just have the bandolier, but not the gun.
I think it does come with. Actually, he might come with a crowbar, something weird like that. It's like totally random.
Go kill John Connor with your crowbar.
Well, then like sticking it in his hand, like would usually rip his hand off. You're
Yeah.
like, what was the point of this?
So yeah, that's
But-
the one where you just set it up and like, that's my sciencey
Uh-huh.
play set.
It's set
I'm
up
not
in the
actually gonna use
corner.
it for its function.
All the adventures would start there.
Right.
You'd end there like, oh, we gotta blow up Cyberdyne. Oh.
But yeah, this is a fun. I don't think it's the best Kenner line we've ever looked at.
No, but it is fun.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't have. I would love this, like the skeleton in that size,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a big version would be
Yeah.
so cool. Kind of like the X-Men figures, like use the same sculpture and everything, but just the detail, like having something that size would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it's in scale with some of the larger alien or predator ones. I
Oh,
don't think
maybe.
they're all in the right scale though.
I wonder how he scales with the big Jack Slater.
Yeah.
I should have brought it. I do have it.
They're probably about the same size.
Or Turbo Man or the Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Casey has the Governor Arnold action doll.
Nice.
You could do a whole episode just on
on
Arnold's
Arnold.
large figures.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I like it. I love the packaging. I love the design. I love the colors even of some of the figures,
Yeah.
but it's just the playability was so like
Yeah,
wah, wah.
the functions could have
They're
been
so
a little bit
gimmicky.
better. Yeah.
And it does hurt a lot of the figures.
The
Yeah.
gimmicks on like the Kenner aliens were better. Or
Yeah.
the Kenner like predators. They had like cooler gimmicks. These not so much. They're a little overcomplicated, I think.
Yeah,
Like you said, the swinging my gun around mechanic is just bizarre.
and they're totally going for like the way he reloads the gun. Like that's
Yeah.
what they're going for, but it just
Yeah.
doesn't really
doesn't
do that.
work at all.
Doesn't make any sense.
We gotta swing back around and get Tony. What are you doing these days?
I'm still doing Hack the Movies.
Really? I thought you'd have given up by now.
No. Well, I was doing that Godzilla podcast, and then YouTube had other plans about that. Still trying to bring that back. Watch our Godzilla episodes we've done together
we've
on
done
this
some
channel
Godzilla
while you wait.
episodes.
Yeah, I'm still reviewing movies, and actually a few years ago we did What is the Worst Terminator movie, where we went through all the Terminator films. And I thought that would be a one and done, but apparently they're doing a Terminator anime now.
Oh.
So I guess I'm
That
returning.
might be better. You never know. Sometimes
mean-
animes are a little better than
I
But-
mean, there's nowhere to go but up. Like really, they're really bad after a certain point.
They are so
Did you
bad.
include the John Connor Chronicles in that?
No, I didn't include the TV show. No, we just focused on the movies.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'll do what is better, the Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connors, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because I used to accidentally call it the Sarah Chronicles. I'm like, man, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, go back and check out that old episode we did. What is the worst Terminator? And we've done a couple Arnold movies over on that channel. But yeah.
And what are you up to these days, Ryan?
Just making lots of fun, custom, weird toys. You can check me out on Monster FX. I just finished a custom figure for a filmmaker named Chris LaMartina for the 10th anniversary of his film President's Day. Tiny Abe Lincoln figure. Abe Lincoln goes around killing people in high school. It's pretty.
Nice.
It's pretty goofy and fun. He made it when he was, 10 years ago, a long
Yeah,
time
yeah.
ago, but it's still pretty good quality.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, guys. Do us a favor, check us all out on social media, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, and thanks for hanging on the peg with me.
Hasta la vista, baby.